Wait, I can't hear you. What are you saying?
I said, hi, everybody. Welcome to We Worship.
I really can't hear you. It's kind of hard. You got a mask on. Can you take that off?
Okay, hold on a second. All right. Okay, hold on. Here we go. All right. Here. Well, I was wearing the mask today because normally when we do this story, I have toilet paper written all over me as bandages. But today I thought, since we all have masks, hopefully you've been wearing yours, and some of you might even realize how challenging these masks can be. They're hot, they're in our way. But today we're going to talk about 10 people who had to wear masks and wraps and bandages all over their body, and no matter what they did, they really couldn't get clean. Like, we can all just wash our hands and wipe off our wounds, but they just had to they couldn't get clean. No matter what they did, no matter how many wipes they used, they had to walk around town going, unclean, unclean, and then everybody would leave them alone. And they had to walk around the outside of town. They couldn't talk to anybody. They had to leave their family and their friends. And that's the story we're going to talk about today. And I really enjoyed church today because Pastor Chris was talking about the kind of people that we wanted to be so that we could be followers of Jesus. And I thought the story that I chose today was perfect because it shows the kind of people that Jesus wants us to be his followers. And so as we look at the story and the second story I'm going to tell you today, let's look at how we can be faithful in what we do every day so that we can be the followers of Jesus that he wants us to be. So to our story, here we go. And thanks, Jesus. And our Bible verse today is, I will give thanks to the Lord, Psalm 7:17. Okay, here you go. James, can you bring your count now that you can hear me? Can you bring?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. The Bible tells us about 10 men who were very sick. They had terrible sick. They couldn't talk to their friends. They were so sick that no one would let them come near because no one wanted to catch their disease. And then one day they heard from Jesus. And they heard about Jesus. And Jesus walked from town to town telling people about God and helping people. The 10 men heard Jesus was coming to town, and they were so excited. They're sad. And they're coming to talk to Jesus. And when they saw him, they called, Jesus, Jesus. And Jesus looked and he said, go to the priest and let him take a look at you. Now the priest was the one who could tell them if they were well. He could tell them if they could live with their families again. And they were so excited, the idea that they could go be with their families and their friends, kind of like us here in quarantine. If we could be told all of a sudden we would rush to the people we love. So they did. And they started on their way to see the priest. Now Jesus loves everyone, and he loved these sick men. And he was well. While the men were walking, they began to notice something. They were feeling better, and they were looking better. In fact, they were all well. So they were so excited they hurried on to see the priest, all but one. One man remembered something. He remembered to go back to Jesus and say, thank you. Now, how would you feel if all of a sudden you could go see your grandmother and your grandfather and your best friend and you could go play with your friends? It would be really hard to stop. I kind of understand where the men were because if I got a chance to see my sister at any moment, I was there. But it's really good to remember to be thankful. And today I have activity sheets that I sent your parents, and this is a great way of going back over the story. First of all, we have to fold our sheet like this in long way. This is the first step. And then the second step is we fold it the short way. And now we can look at our story all over again. So the first thing we know is that there were how many men? How many men did Jesus heal? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right. He healed 10. And so there are 10 here, and they were all saying, Jesus, 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 help us. So that's the first page. When you open up your book, there's Jesus. Now, Jesus loves everyone. He loved these sick men, and he wanted to make them well. So he said to go see the priest, and there they go. This is page 3. There they go. And all 10 men walked, and suddenly they were made well, and they were no longer sick. The sores on their arms and their legs were gone, and now they could live with their families and talk to their friends. They were happy, and they ran. Okay, but here is one thankful man. The one man remembered that it was Jesus who had made him well, and he stopped walking. I must go back and thank Jesus for making me well. And the man must have thought. He began to run back to where Jesus was. He could hardly wait to see Jesus. And when he saw Jesus, he knelt down in front of Jesus and said, "Thank you for making me well." And the one man remembered to say thank you to Jesus for making him well. And we can all remember to say thank you to Jesus for all the good things he gives us. Now, we'd all like to talk about what we will do when we are all better and we can go see our family and our friends. But can you think about all the things that we're thankful for now that we can give him thanks for? I mean, we have birds that are singing, the weather that is nice. We have our family who loves us. We're all taken care of. Hopefully we all have enough food to eat. We all have lovely treats. There are fun games to play with our family. Our TV shows are good. All this is something we can say thank you to Jesus for. So I really just want you guys to sit down today while you're have a few minutes and just sit and thank Jesus. We can all pray together. And if you have anything you need me to pray about, please send me a text message. Give me a call. I would love to hear from you. And I'd just like to share what I'm thankful for. Again, I am always thankful that my husband will come out here and videotape me, even though he thinks it's cold. And I am grateful for my children, even though they drive me crazy. And I am grateful for friends. And there's just a lot of things I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for my family. And so here's our picture of our man. He's saying he's being grateful to Jesus and he's thanking him. We can just, it's easier for us. We can just pray. So I had one other thing that I wanted to say I was grateful for. And that was the fact that I got to read a lot of stories to my children. It was really fun. You can see some of the stories have been so loved that they were completely destroyed and we had to take them back. So you know that they are great books. Now, I'm also grateful because they've been with me my whole life, because literally the Berenstain Bears children were my age when they started, and they are still my age as they celebrate their 50th anniversary. So here we are. I would like to read out of the Faithful Cubs book today and see if we can relate this story to spring and being thankful and being the kind of people that Jesus wants us to be. But if you have a chance from your library to think of those in need, or the Berenstain Bears Forget Their Manners, I would highly recommend that you guys check those books out because they are super fun. And they definitely talk about the kind of people that Jesus wants us to be so that we can follow him. So here is our first story. And it's called Do Their Best. Look, Sister Bear, hurry, hurry. The big kite contest is today. Yes, Brother Bear, I see that's right. But we have no kite. No kite, no kite. Now, don't you worry. I can make one in a hurry. A kite for me and Sister Bear? A kite for both of us to share? Let's thank the Lord from up above for Papa showing us his love. I'll make a kite, just wait and see, with the special talents God gave me. They're all thanking God and Jesus for the things that they have in their life. First, some sticks, just 2 will do, some paper string and a little glue. We tie, we cut, now we glue. See, I made a kite for you. A big red kite, it's a beauty. Big red kite, do your duty. It sure is red, no doubt about it. But will it fly? I really doubt it. For you see, without a tail, that big red kite is sure to fail. This old bed sheet will make a tail. This tail will help Big Red to sail. Kite contest, we're on our way. Our big red kite will win the day. Kites, kites, up ahead. Are there any as special as our big red? Kites of every shape and size sail and dance across the skies. Box kites, fox kites, kites with eyes, kites that look like butterflies. A dragon with a long green tail, a kite that says, save the whale. The judge looks down his nose at red. It looks homemade, the kite judge said. Other unkind things were said. Too plain, too crude, too heavy, too red. Oh, oh, is that so? It's time to fly. Here we go. Run, Papa, run. Have faith. Be tough. But are hope and prayer going to be enough? What do you guys think? I bet you know the answer. We won't give up. We'll keep on trying. Red will soon be up and flying. Look, Papa, look, the wind grows stronger. In wind like this, those fancy kites won't last much longer. Look high, Red flies high and higher still. I know he'll win, I know he will. That wind is strong, that wind is rough. Those other kites weren't strong enough. But we believed in Papa's skill, and our faith in God's help is stronger still. Big Red has won fair and square. Congratulations, Papa Bear. You believed, you did your best, and that took Red higher than the rest. We won, Mama Bear. Our big red kite won fair and square. You passed a very important test. You didn't quit. You did your best. Papa Bear, Papa, brother, sister, you were very blessed. Now, I liked this book, and I chose this book over everything else because I thought that what it said was that they were faithful, they did their best, which is something we can all do. We can believe that Jesus will get us through anything, whether that's sick or whether that's we're having problems not fighting with our brothers and sisters, whether that's just being lonely. And then they really, really believed and they tried their best. And I think we could all, that's the kind of people, that's the kind of children of God that he wants us to follow him. So I hope this week, maybe you'll take some inspiration, maybe make a kite. Maybe you'll color your coloring book and then make a story to tell your mom and dad. Maybe you'll just do the coloring sheet. But if you want to send me pictures, you can post all of your activities that you do on the children's page for Facebook, on our group page, and I would love to see them, so would Hannah. And again, thank you for watching, and thank you for the many surprises we have in life, like my dog joining us. And have a blessed week. Thank you so much. Bye, everybody.